Hey, how's it going, guys? Let's just get right into the video. So this new Monster Maze video is not good. It's not good. And I have a lot of reasons to say this. You're probably thinking like, oh, Monster Maze's videos are purely for just research purposes, talking about Zelda videos. What could possibly be not good about it? Well, I'm going to explain that throughout this video. So as always, if you want to subscribe, feel free to subscribe. I make videos like this all the time, guys. But anyway, guys, let's just get right into what I have to say. First of all, let's talk about Monster Maze. Monster Maze is a YouTuber who joined in 2018, November 22nd, 2018. And he's been making a lot of videos, guys. You know, I'm a huge fan of Monster Maze. Like, I have a lot of great, fond memories with Monster Maze. When he released that documentary about bokoblins, I lost my mind. He really turned over a new leaf, started making good content. But recently, guys, he's been making a lot of content that is really just disrespectful to his fans, really just not staying true to his roots, and really acknowledging all of us who have been there this whole time for him, guys. But anyway, guys, let's just jump right into it. It's titled Secrets of the Upheaval, Tears of the Kingdom Lore. And he says a lot of things in the first few seconds, which will maybe set some red flags for you guys. Okay, so we have the Monster Maze logo here. Just a regular logo. It's always on his videos. We have some dead silence. He's been doing this a lot lately, where he has a lot of dead silence, no talking, just a lot of still images, footage. And yeah, that's definitely a sign to me that he's just trying to drag the video out longer so he can get more ad revenue. But that's not the main point of this video. We'll keep going. Alright, there we have the Ganondorf, the imprisoning chamber. By the way, this has spoilers in it, obviously. I feel like I don't need to say that, so don't watch.
Dark caverns deep below Hyrule Castle, Link and Zelda stumble upon the mummified remains of an ancient evil.
Okay, so this statement right here is actually false. Let's look at this one more time. He says after traversing underneath Hyrule Castle that they find the remains of Ganondorf. But as you guys may know, if you're fans of the series, you can see on the map where Ganondorf's imprisoning chamber is, and it is actually south of Hyrule Castle, guys, proving that he's not doing his research, guys. He's actually south of Hyrule Castle right now.
In the dark caverns deep below Hyrule Castle, Link and Zelda stumble upon the mummified remains of an ancient evil, the Demon King Ganondorf, who
Yeah, and also this depiction right here, it's not 100% confirmed that this is Ganondorf. This would actually be a depiction of Ganon himself, which is not the same as Ganondorf. So him saying that this is Ganondorf is just kind of a gross assumption.
Tormented the kingdom of Hyrule in an age long forgotten. After snapping out of his age-long slumber, quite literally, the Demon King wastes no time. Before even uttering a single word, he goes on the offensive, launching a
And right here, he's basically just explaining the video as it happens. We have eyes, we can see what's happening. We don't need someone explaining this video to us. So this isn't just another example of him wanting to waste time in order to get a longer video, guys.
A volley of bright red malice aimed straight at the protagonist. The first attack...
Oh, and this is a big one. This is probably what really pissed me off the most, is that he says malice right here.
Launching a double volley of bright red malice.
A double volley of bright red malice. Now, let me tell you, it's not malice. It's not malice when it comes directly from Ganondorf. It's gloom. It's called gloom in this game. It's not called malice. It's called gloom. It's called gloom. So why are you calling it malice when it's very obviously gloom? He's obviously not doing his research, guys. He's obviously not staying true to the fans, and he's really just phoning this one in, guys.
Aimed straight at the protagonist. The first attack cripples Link's arm and steals his vitality, and the second takes out the legendary Master Sword, shattering it into pieces. At the conclusion of the encounter, the Demon King conjures up a third blast of miasma, this time aimed straight at the ceiling, after which the underground chamber starts to crumble. Ganondorf Ganondorf disappears into the void below, leaving
That's
Link
true.
and Zelda
It's
to
all
deal
true.
with the dangers of the collapse.
But again, he's just repeating all the things that are happening, so it's not really making for a good video, guys.
Meanwhile, unbeknownst to our heroes below ground, a much bigger event is taking place on the surface above. Hyrule Castle starts to fall apart. Its upper levels are ripped from the castle's foundation and start to rise into the air. As the camera pans out, another anomaly is seen taking place. Mysterious chunks of debris.
Okay, let's keep going. Let's keep going. Let's see some stuff. He talks about the definition of the upheaval, what the upheaval is.
Let's start with a good old-fashioned definition. In English, upheaval can mean two things: a violent or sudden.
Okay, and here's a big red flag for me, because he's coming from an English-centric speaking area, and this game was originally made in Japan. So he's pulling a definition that's English. He needs to be pulling a definition that's Japanese if he wants the actual true meaning behind upheaval. He shouldn't be pulling from English when he should be pulling from Japanese, guys.
Change or disruption, or an upward displacement of a part of the Earth's crust.
Okay, let's analyze these definitions. We have a violent or sudden change of disruption to something, or an upward displacement of part of the Earth's crust. These both definitions, these are both with English characters, and we can obviously see that if this was in Japanese, it would probably be characters that I don't understand, guys, but that's because it's not my job to do that. Him as an archaeologist of Zelda, he should be able to speak Japanese, guys.
Both meanings are definitely fitting, though the second one is a bit more specific and doesn't cover the full scope of the event. After all, it's not just the Earth that's affected, but other factors as well, like the sky, for example. In Japan...
Well, that's not exactly true either, because he's saying that the sky was affected by the upheaval, but obviously not, because if you've played the game, guys, if you played Tears of the Kingdom, then you'll know when you're like playing around that you'll get to that one quest where it'll explain to you that the Sky Islands have always been there, guys. It's a different timeline. We are in a different time loop.
In Japanese, the word used for the upheaval translates to natural disaster or catastrophe.
Okay, I gotta give him some credit here. He did pull the characters.
While I do think the word upheaval was a clever choice by the localization team due to its double meaning, the second definition regarding the displacement of the...
Okay, you can see that there's a couple bushes here, guys. This is like the first time we saw any bushes, and we're over 4 minutes. We're over 4 minutes into this Zelda video, and this is the first time we're seeing bushes. That's kind of a red flag for me, guys.
Earth's crust is not applicable to the lore behind the event. Not just because of the Japanese version, but you can also tell from the English
got Teba
text
here.
that upheaval is simply being used as a synonym for the word disaster.
Okay. Again, he's saying random stuff. Okay, this part was just incredibly disrespectful.
Domain, the sandstorming Gerudo, and the trafficking of narcotics in Goron City are all connected to him.
This part was just straight up disrespectful. First of all, Ganondorf. Oh, Jesus Christ. But second of all, he put meth behind the King of Evil. And that's actually just really disrespectful to the fans, to people who are fans of Ganondorf. To put like a word that's as naughty, as disrespectful as meth, you really shouldn't be using words like that, because this is a kid's game. People who are watching these videos are children. They're literal children. So you shouldn't be making videos where there's meth in the videos, guys.
Him, be it through Phantom Zelda or the 4 bosses who guard one of the secret stones.
That animal is hot.
Ganondorf admits that he created, or at the very least resurrected, these monstrosities to do his bidding, made more obvious by the explosion of gloom when they perish. But then there's all the other more suspicious
Yeah, my brother agrees, guys.
effects of the upheaval. Many of which
Let's
don't seem to
keep
work
going.
together.
Let's keep going. Is there anything else I want to say? I mean, this video is just a lot of the same. Yeah, I don't really have a lot more to say other than, wow, just massive disappointment. Massive disappointment from Monster Maze. He really could have taken this a lot further. He could have done his research, but you could tell he phoned this in. This video is about 20 minutes long. It probably took him about like 50 minutes to make. He probably phoned it in. He probably didn't even make this video, guys. This is probably AI generated. But anyway, guys, what do you think? As Monster Maze fans, I just feel really disrespected right now. I feel like I'm entitled to something better. I gave you my subscription, so I'm entitled to something. I'm entitled to something better than this, than whatever this is. Like, come on. Come on, something better than this. This is a still image. He ripped this straight from the game. There's no, fair use doesn't cover this. Fair use does not cover this. But anyway, guys, yeah, I gotta go, but I'll talk to y'all later.